You want it to be just above. If it's touching, it's not the end of the world, but it's not desirable.
Okay.
So if it's a little short, that's fine.
You want like all the contact with the top of it to be with glue.
The cheeks. You want the cheeks.
Okay.
All of the contact is in the cheeks. So that fit is the most important part. Okay. Try it again. Pretty good. So from here I can see some of the inconsistencies of other things. So like this piece is ever so slightly twisted, right? So either when I was cutting it on the mortiser, maybe the mortise went uphill or downhill or something, or potentially there was a twist in the jig that made my cheeks want to do that. That's the main thing. This is minor enough that sanding will probably take care of it. But if you're doing like a table, for example, usually the leg is much bulkier than the apron. And if it's right up next to the edge, this is very easily sandable. But if it's offset even a little bit, you're not going to see that. It won't matter. What is more noticeable is that there appears to be a gap here, but not here, which says to me that, you know, one of these is off ever so slightly. It's really probably not the end of the world, but I would maybe spend a little time solving for that. One thing I do want to solve for, though, is I need to make sure it's end-to-end touching here. So if you notice, I can just barely wiggle this back and forth. If I give myself a little bit more room by actually taking the peaks off of this, that's going to allow that to slip just a little bit this way within that, and also be an easier removal process because there's just a little bit more literal wiggle room. Go that way. So making it a little smaller. Still material there. Please, please, please avoid the temptation to file or sand. You will mess up your shoulders every time. And in Cammie's case, maybe her actual physical shoulders. Most of the time, too, you end up sanding or filing round. And, you know, that just doesn't do anybody any good at all. So, just one more time. See how I've got a little bit more wiggle room there? Boom. Nice. Again, the shoulder fit is not perfect, but it's pretty darn good, and it doesn't want to come out. Look at that. Ooh. For a dry fit, that's great. This is what you're looking for. What you don't want is the ability for it to go back and forth this way. If you can wiggle it front to back at all, that's bad. That is very, very bad. So that is what you want to avoid. Let's see what time we got. 11:47, we have just enough time for me to do the other one. So exciting. So what I want you to do is one